Most investors don't see it yet, but the market is already changing direction. And by the time the headlines catch up, the opportunity will be gone. Because after years of easy money and story-driven growth stocks dominating portfolios, the last few months of volatility are quietly forcing investors back to the one thing that actually matters when markets get uncomfortable: fundamentals, real cash flow, and real profitability. And that shift is exactly why the stocks I am focused on heading into 2026 look very different from what most people are chasing today. Starting with Walmart, a company many investors still think of as boring retail. But that misunderstanding is precisely why it continues to outperform. Because beneath the surface, Walmart has been building one of the most powerful profit engines in the market. First, through its acquisition of Vizio, which instantly turned millions of televisions sold through its stores into a closed advertising ecosystem where Walmart controls the screen, the data, and the ad dollars, creating one of its highest margin revenue streams. Then, through its partnership with OpenAI's ChatGPT, positioning Walmart as a default recommendation engine inside AI-driven shopping, which could funnel massive high-margin demand directly to its platform over the next several years. While at the same time, Walmart has quietly copied one of Amazon's most successful strategies by expanding its own private label brands like Great Value, Better, and market-side products that look ordinary on the shelf but dramatically increase profitability by replacing national brands, squeezing consumer staples, companies that are now struggling with margin pressure. And this becomes even more powerful when you factor in falling food input costs from reduced tariffs, because Walmart doesn't need to pass those savings fully to consumers, allowing margins to expand while prices stay competitive. And this is why, instead of focusing on earnings headlines, I look first at cash flow, because earnings can be manipulated, but cash cannot. And when you analyze Walmart's operating cash flow, you see consistent stable growth of roughly 15% annually over the last 3 years, an incredible achievement for a retailer, combined with steady free cash flow, even while reinvesting heavily. And when you move to profitability metrics, the real signal emerges: not explosive margin growth, but stability, maintaining a 25% gross margin while competitors see erosion, which tells you management has pricing power, scale advantages, and cost discipline. And this exact framework is how I'm selecting stocks for 2026. Because when markets wobble, investors don't chase the next hot idea. They rotate back into companies that can prove their strength through cash generation and margin expansion. Which brings us to GE Vernova, one of the most underappreciated beneficiaries of the AI boom. Not because it builds data centers, but because it solves the real bottleneck no one talks about: power. Since data centers can be built in a few years, but the infrastructure to power them can take nearly a decade. And that long timeline creates massive visibility for companies like GE Vernova that specialize in grid-scale power generation, transmission, and infrastructure projects, giving them multi-year revenue clarity that few companies enjoy. And when you look at the fundamentals, the transformation is striking, moving from negative cash flow just a few years ago to billions in operating cash flow today, while gross margins have expanded from nearly nothing to close to 20% as execution improves and scale kicks in. Which means investors aren't just betting on growth, they're getting profitability expansion alongside it. And this same theme of efficiency over hype shows up clearly in Amazon, a stock that spent years growing revenue while ignoring profits, only to now flip the switch toward discipline, turning its dominance in e-commerce, cloud computing, advertising, logistics, media, and even proprietary AI chips into a profitability flywheel, where advertising becomes a high-margin accelerant, cloud services scale efficiently, and logistics costs are optimized, and the numbers confirm it. With operating cash flow growing more than 150% in just 3 years, and operating margins more than doubling, signaling a permanent shift in how Amazon prioritizes shareholder returns, which is why, despite its size, it still trades attractively relative to its growth and cash flow profile. And then there's Salesforce, one of the most misunderstood stocks in the market right now, punished by fears that AI will replace software companies, even as its fundamentals tell the opposite story. Because while AI changes how software is built, it also creates demand for platforms that manage customers, automate work, and deploy AI agents at scale, exactly what Salesforce is positioning itself to do through its Agentforce platform. And while the stock price is down, operating cash flow has doubled in 3 years. Gross margins have expanded into the high 70s, and operating margins have surged from roughly 2% to over 20%. A tenfold improvement in profitability that rarely happens without Wall Street eventually taking notice. And finally, outside the traditional stock framework, there's one theme I believe is unavoidable: tokenization, the gradual migration of real-world assets like stocks, bonds, money markets, and real estate onto blockchain infrastructure. A shift already being embraced by BlackRock, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Nasdaq, and Robinhood. Not as speculation but as efficiency, because tokenization enables fractional ownership, lower costs, faster settlement, global 24/7 trading, and transparent ownership records. And while crypto prices fluctuate wildly in the short term, the underlying trend of trillions of dollars moving on-chain continues forward regardless of volatility, which is why exposure through vehicles like the iShares Ethereum Trust represents a long-term infrastructure bet rather than a trade. And while no one can predict short-term price movements, history shows that gradual accumulation during periods of fear has consistently rewarded patient investors. And when you step back and connect all these ideas together, the pattern is clear. 2026 won't be about chasing momentum. It will be about positioning early for quality cash flow, efficiency, and structural change. And the investors who understand that shift before it becomes obvious are the ones who quietly win.